Happy Halloween, everyone! For my first Halloween special to be featured on Sopkalo 4, let's take a look at something quite unconventional to the typical vehicles I normally feature on my channel, a 2011 Cadillac DTS Hearse by Sayers and Scoville. So, this is going to be an in-depth educational video on the DTS Hearse. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip and go over the performance data, and show you a bunch of the unique features on the interior as well as exterior. And today, I'm at Bill Black Chevrolet Cadillac in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start it up, let her run. As you can see, the vehicle does come standard with a remote start. The exterior color is known as Black Raven, with a black leather interior. Beautiful sound. All the essential powertrain and things like that, transmission, carry over from the standard DTS, including its very smooth, almost fluidic power-assisted steering, and also standard with its Hydromatic 4-speed automatic transmission with overdrive, otherwise known as the 4T80-E automatic, with traction control located up top here. And we're going to cut on the headlamps, fog lamps, hazards, as well as the exterior strobe lamps. Both the front windows are fully automatic. The rear windows actually don't roll down in the Hearse counterpart. So let's go ahead and check out the exterior, shall we? The Cadillac DTS or DeVille Touring Sedan can essentially be thought of as a modern version of the classic American luxury full-size sedan. They're loaded with basically all of the bells and whistles, xenon headlamps, parking sensors, plus many luxury optional packages while still keeping to their simple roots. Although not rear-wheel drive like the Fleetwood of yesteryear, these as well as the Ford Crown Vic Panther platforms were all the closest things that you can get to a simple, traditional American luxury car until they were all discontinued in the 2011 model year. Most notably, Cadillac and Lincoln both have been traditionally the go-to brands for livery and funeral coaches for almost a century. Cadillac and Lincoln both have a large commercial division selling cars built to serve unique needs, whether it be this application, for example, fleet services, or etc. Sayers and Scoville has been a part of the funeral coach industry since 1876. They've always been known for producing some of the most quality built and durable coaches in the business, and each and every car is built and designed for their own unique application and can essentially be custom tailored to suit any need. This particular DTS coach is known as the Medalist and is just one of 4 different models, including the Masterpiece, Victoria, Victoria Floral, which is basically designed to carry vast amounts of flowers across the rear portion, and lastly, the Medalist. The rear compartments can also be customized with different trims, vinyl patterns, as well as different windows. And just a little comparison shot between the Hearse as well as the 6-door sedan counterpart. In order to haul around that massive 45-inch rear compartment, the vehicle has to be basically built like a tank, very sturdy with a very strong suspension. It's on top of a heavy-duty Cadillac commercial or professional chassis with an automatic leveling air ride suspension system that compensates automatically for the weight or angle for the car, keeping the ride height of the vehicle level at all times. And keeping with all those traditional cues, you have plenty of polished aluminum trim on the exterior, as well as some of the decorative accents coming across the side, as well as those little accent lights that you see right above the Sayers and Scoville emblem on the side profile of the vehicle. You have the standard DTS LED tail lamps out back, and it's very familiar as you come across. You can tell the trunk deck lid has been modified to fit that rear deck application, but overall it still retains the shape of the traditional Cadillac. Plenty of chrome on the exterior as well as down at the lower rocker panel to give that classic look. Overall length is around 245 inches long with a height of around 68 inches and a width of 77 inches. Quite a large vehicle. Pop the hood. The DTS comes standard with GM's 4.6-liter Northstar V8. 32 valve that puts out around 275 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 295 foot-pounds of torque at 4,400 RPM. 0 to 60 time is around 7 seconds with a quarter-mile time in the sedan form around 15.2 seconds at 94 miles an hour. Top speed is an electronically limited 130 miles an hour. And with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank running on premium unleaded gas, it achieves an estimated miles per gallon rating of around 16 city, 21 highway. There was also a performance version of the Northstar engine that put out around 292 horsepower, but decreased torque just a little bit at around 288 foot-pounds. Like I said, the DTS is a front-wheel drive sedan, featuring McPherson struts up front and a multi-link system in the back with 4-wheel independent suspension. Not to mention front and rear stabilizer bars for increased structural rigidity. Like I said, the interior of the front is pretty much standard DTS. Nice and plush, with a traditionalistic American feeling. Integrated wood paneling coming across the top, with dark grain. Down below, lower storage, it's also carpeted, and your puddle lamps. Stitched padded armrests coming across here. Your power locks are located here. Power windows, like I said earlier, the back two don't function in the Hearse model, as well as your power mirrors. All the parts in the door panel also have a nice soft touch padded feel, with the most softness in the middle portion here. Very soft plush leather seating with full power adjustment, as well as 4-way power lumbar adjustment located down below here. Modest amount of bolstering with side airbags and adjustable seat belts. Aluminum door entry guards, rounded dash, and a manual tilting steering wheel. The roof is also higher in the front, tapering off into the back thanks to that extension. The roof is lined in a more velour cloth material. So let's go ahead and see how she sounds. Very potent yet burly V8 sound. And essentially no vibration transfers into the cabin. There's also a rev limiter and park and neutral around 4,000 RPM. And we're going to shut her up. Nice and tight. This particular DTS has the standard AM/FM sound system with in-dash CD player as well as auxiliary input over here, but Bose system is also optional for all these vehicles. Standard XM satellite radio. Side curtain airbags. Auto-dimming rear view mirror with integrated OnStar and compass. And in the overhead console, like you saw earlier, have your strobe light activation, microphones for your hands-free Bluetooth telephone, as well as interior illumination. Pretty simple. As far as the radio, it's also very simple to use. Chrome accenting going across here. Favorite, changing the band between AM, FM, and your satellite radio. CD, auxiliary activation, system menu. These buttons correspond to the different menu options also. Inputting your favorite stations, speed compensated volume. And when you set your preset stations, they all locate up here with your different buttons corresponding. Change your different category, seek, select, rewind, forward, as well as song information. Changing the audio settings here, also corresponding, as well as preset settings. Clock set located off to the left. And down below here you have your standard dual zone automatic climate control system. Your fan speed, your independent temperature adjustment for each side, as well as syncing both sides, vent, recycling, changing your different zones, rear defrost, and front defrost all the way off to the right. Integrated analog clock up top. As far as the steering wheel controls, you have your cruise control, activation off to the left here, all of your radio controls as well as your hands-free telephone control activation here, volume controls in the back, as well as changing between your presets. It's also a nice and simple analog gauge cluster, with digital speed readout located down below. Driver info system located off to the left here, and shows up below the speedometer cluster. Trip computer, vehicle information, as well as all of your personalizable options. And in vehicles without the center console, your cup holder is located here, in the middle of the bench portion. Lighter ashtray located down below with a 12-volt power outlet. Full-length padded center console. Plenty of space and change storage. Flip it up to reveal the middle seat. Alrighty. So let's go and shut her down. And we'll go and check out the most interesting part, the back. As I stated earlier, it had the limo-style doors in the rear. Basically an extended door in a similar fashion that you would find on a regular DTS, adorned with chrome. This particular one being one of the more decked out counterparts in the back. The back of this one being very traditionalistic. You have the drapes coming across the windows here, or carpeted down below, with a padded vinyl insert and velour accenting with wood grain. And in the back, it's as luxurious as you would expect it to be, with LED interior illumination coming down across the top with the velour headliner. See a little bit more in depth the 3-piece glass partition, with the vinyl padding, polished aluminum trim running across here, as well as the wood accenting, and manufacturer logos. If you look down below here, hidden behind in this little compartment, is the vehicle's spare tire. Nice and tucked away. But we'll get to the rest of the back in just a second. Spring-loaded fuel cap. Now, if memory serves me correct, these vehicles, you can either get one, the tailgate that lifts up or opens up as a door. This particular one comes as the traditional door. Nice and easy, flips up and away, and essentially all the way out from the vehicle. This is actually the widest door configuration that you can get on one of these vehicles. It swings out that far so you don't have anything obstructing you loading the casket. You can also see when the tailgate is open, the LED backup lights illuminate, as well as the rest of the interior illumination, and the taillights. Just as in the rest of the doors, you have the vinyl padded in the middle here, small carpeted portion with integrated handle and the polished aluminum, as well as the rest of the accenting and the drapes. In the back, this portion right here flips over so you don't have to worry about damaging the body of the vehicle when loading up the casket. Carpeted, vinyl padding, and you also have an extra guard across the paint there just in case. Polished aluminum coming across the back there. Stitched padded vinyl siding. Like I said, everything is illuminated in LED lighting. Provides a nice soft, cool glow. And all the integrated rollers in the bottom for ease of loading. And we're going to check out the other side. This area over here, you have a little bit more of an open space instead of that spare tire being there, so a little bit extra storage, as well as up front. This door mimics the other side. Same power adjustments on the passenger seat that you find on the driver's. Nice sized glove box. The DTS was actually retired in 2011. Aside from the Crown Victoria and other Ford counterparts, the DTS was one of the last traditional American full-size sedans on the market. Definitely harken back to a forgotten era. And definitely getting to check out the Hearse counterpart is not something too many people get to see. Makes it that much more unique. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 2011 Cadillac DTS Hearse. Be sure to stay tuned next time. There's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.